Sister Abigail, light up the fireflies.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, this is the Turnbuckle King. Red Carpet Ring here. We are here talking about Monday Night Raw. We're going over the Raw results. Uncle Howdy makes a successful in-ring debut. And we are also here live on not just YouTube, but Facebook and X. You guys get the likes up as you come into the ring. Of course, we're going to go over Monday Night Raw. We're going to go over what happened with the show. And then we also going to go over the Raw rating and also what went wrong with Raw. And then, of course, the bonus round will be going to the Bash in Berlin early predictions. So let's tune into that. But before we begin, let's see who came into the ring. And this is what Raw will be about. Let's get into it. Thank you guys for coming out. Man, all I got to say is before we begin, make sure you stay hydrated wherever see you in because it's hot. And I am steady having a water and tea next to me right now as we speak. It is so hot today. It's August and it feels like it's the beginning of June or July. So let's see who came into the ring before we begin. Let's talk about this show here. We got Figure 4 TV. Salute to you. Thanks for always coming out. We got CeeLo. We got Really Honest Good Bread. All right, before we get into it, of course, you know how we do over here at the Red Carpet Ring. We are going to go over the match card. What was the match card for Monday Night Raw? Let's look at the preview, shall we, before I begin going over this Raw. All right, as we see here, we do have Judgment Day. They're talking about what is the next move for them. And then we have Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable, which is the main event. We have Randy Orton speaking. We have a triple threat here for this new Intercontinental Championship tournament. Miz versus Xavier Woods versus Pete Dunne. Then we have a one-on-one big man versus big man. Bronson Reed versus the big SOB, Braun Strowman. And then we have another triple threat match, which we talking about again for the Intercontinental Championship tournament. It'll be 2 triple threats this week and 2 next week. We'll get into that later. We have Kofi versus Jey Uso versus Karrion Kross. So you guys, let's look over this again. Let's look over this great card here because the card is stacked. No doubt about it. And also, if you kindly do so, before we do begin, there's just one little small favor. Let's double tap the screen, please. Let's double tap the screen. Just 2 tap, 1, 2, bap, bam, and that's it. We done, and we can move on. But let's go over Monday Night Raw, shall we? All right. And also this is the final Raw before Bash in Berlin. Let's keep that in mind. But let's go over the show. We got Judgment Day. They kicked off Raw. You know, we got everybody coming out and talk. We got Finn Balor. We also have, of course, Dom, Loverboy. And we got Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion. And they cut a good promo. They kicked off the show. They all came out in style. Finn Balor said some good points. He said, hey, to the Terror Twins, meaning Rhea and, Damian Priest, he said, hey, you didn't betray Judgment Day. We didn't betray Judgment Day. We didn't betray you guys in Judgment Day. We didn't put you guys down. You guys betrayed us. And he had a point when he said that because Finn Balor is talking about how Rhea was Women's World Champion, how she was bossing around the group, treated Dom like crap. And as Finn Balor always stated, there was no leaders. They were all working together. And then also he said that Damian, of course, let the World Heavyweight Championship get to his head, trying to tell him what to do, think that was better. So he has some good points. Dirty Dom said he will compete in that's when he announced he'd be in the Intercontinental Championship, #1 contendership tournament, which I mentioned. But the fans just they gave them a huge boost, and they definitely got the heel treatment, as I will call it. But and then Liv, of course, she said that if she told Rhea, she said some good stuff too. Even Liv went in. Liv said, Rhea, if you want self-centered, selfish, and treat people bad, I wouldn't be able to spend that. So this was a good segment by Judgment Day. The brand new form Judgment Day. So I gotta give them. It's only one word to describe this segment here to kick off Monday Night Raw.
Yeet.
So these guys had some good points, and then of course Rey Mysterio will come out. Remember, he came out during it because and then he was talking about that he want to whoop up on his son. He says he's tired, tired of Dom, tired of disrespect, and then Dom always he said too, Liv helped me beat my deadbeat dad, and then Liv Morgan told Ray don't be talking to Dom like that. It was just good one. I like this one actually. Definitely a good one. Good one to kick off the show. Definitely a good one. And they have to push in the hype for the match at Bash in Berlin, the mixed tag match. But with that being said, LWO Judgment Day got into it and it kicked off a match. Now the match was good. Match was good. I like how they start off the match right away. They let the segments go form each other, then they got right into the battle. Rey Mysterio got a hot tag. He was going in, Del Toro and Wild did the best they could. But as usual, Judgment Day comes out on top, and Judgment Day got the win, the pinfall. So Judgment Day defeats LWO in the mixed tag match for the beginning of Monday Night Raw to kick off the show. So Judgment Day got the win. Well, were we surprised? No, we was not. At least I wasn't surprised. I knew that's how it would go down, but definitely a good way to kick off. Judgment Day got to be on top. There's no doubt about it. We know that, and they did just that, be on top. And we also knew that, afterwards, Ripley and Priest came in. They attacked both. And then they also sent a message to Liv and Dom, their opponents at Bash in Berlin. They wore each other's shirts for one. If you guys noticed that, Rhea and Damien wore each other's gear, attire. I thought that was real nice of them to do that. But anyway, they did that, and they also sent a message by taking out Carlito and JD McDonough. Priest did the Salvation Heaven on Carlito, and of course Rhea Ripley did her riptide on JD McDonough. But that also good way to kick off the show. I like where this is going. A lot of momentum in this whole feud here. A lot of momentum here. I love it. Can't see what the next move going to be. But other than that, though, that was the beginning of Monday Night Raw. That was the first segment and first match back-to-back in the same show. So salute to them and much credit to them. They put out a great show. Well, let's see what else happened on the show. Now we had here another part. We had Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective, whatever you want to call that group. We had we had a match of that. I have to be honest, not my most favorite match, but I get the agenda. I get what they were trying to do. But they had a match. It turned out that I don't know what's going on with Damage Control, Pure Fusion Collective. Who's the more dominant one? I guess who's the best stable, all-female stable. That's where they're going with that. But other than that, they did the best they could. I like Kyrie and Io. I'm not taking nothing away from those two ladies. I have nothing against them. I really don't. But I gotta be honest, I wasn't big on this match like that. I wasn't. I don't like the name Pure Future Collective. I think it's weak. I mean, what kind of name is that? I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I really, really am. I really trying to do that, and I just don't get it. I don't get it at all, but teach his own. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people's with. I'm not with that name. I'm just not with the name so much. I think it's beyond. I think it's just terrible. I think it's just a terrible name, but that's what they're gonna run with. I don't see what it's gonna do for this group, but let them tell it. I think it's just a poor way to build these teams up. I mean, if you're gonna put Pure Future Collective on, at least give them a solid name. That's all I'm asking here. Give them a solid name. Don't give them this poor name. Building is everything. I don't know why people don't understand that in wrestling. We need proper builds and at least a good way. You see how Damage Control came out with Bailey? They came out and was the name Damage Control. That's appealing. It's an appealing name. I do not see that with this single here. The match wasn't even all that good. My least favorite match on the card for the whole evening, I might add. That's just me. I just was not big on this particular match. You guys let me know in the live chat if you was big on this match. I didn't like this match too much. I think this match, it kind of stunk. Kind of stunk up the place. Don't like the name. Don't like anything. But, they had the little segment. Zoe started. They had the fire. They got the right people in the stable. Just the name and something, it could be better. Well, other than that, they had a match. I think Damage Control defeated them. But I don't get it. I'm gonna get more into Damage Control Pure Future Collective. Damage Control defeated Pure Future Collective in a tag match. They got them, and it was they did the insane elbow for the victory, but that was it for that match as far as that goes. Like I said, it is what it is. I'm not going. I'll get more to that later. I don't want to dwell on it too much right now. Another part of the evening. Let's talk about the Drew McIntyre promo. Drew came out. He was talking about he was mocking CM Punk. There's just something about this feud that keeps it going. And also, Drew has some good points. He said that Brace was a 50-cent piece of junk. And he said all he's concerned about is the strap that's going to be on his way versus against Punk. And as he was talking about Punk, that Punk went live on Instagram. I actually was on that live. Punk went live. He went live while the segment was going on. And it let us know that he was under the ring. And we knew that he was going to come out. That's how it was coming out to. But it was definitely interesting because I've never seen anything like that. But that's how that was going on. But it was a good live. I saw it. He was in the dark. Next thing we know, CM Punk came out. He attacked Drew. He attacked him with the strap. Punk got attacked by Drew. They was going back and forth. But Punk attacked Drew, and then until Drew got out the ring, Drew up there standing in the crowd, and then Punk is standing on top of in the ring, standing tall. So that's what was going on. But it was very interesting between these two. This feud is definitely the feud. I said it again. I said it before. I'm going to keep saying it. Drew and CM Punk's the feud of the year. There's no other way around it. I mean, Drew steady. His troll game is steady on point. Steady on point. And she proves it every single time. He proves it every single time. But other than that, though, I like where this is going. And it's just interesting where this feud is going. It's set up a very good feud. Like I said, Punk stood tall in this whole strap match as headed up for Bash in Berlin between Punk and Drew. And like I said, the feud with Punk and Drew, it just not stop. It's just not stopping. It keep going and going and going over and over again. It's just not stopping at any means necessary. Even got to the point. I don't know if you guys noticed. Besides CM Punk being all live on IG, did you guys know that Drew McIntyre cut? He went on X Twitter, and he said this about CM Punk this morning. This is what he said. Point proven. CM Punk is. That's funny. That's funny. And then I went on X. I told you guys got to follow me on X. I said what I had to say too. And this is what I said to Drew. I said, you just mad CM Punk whooped your ass, Drew. Stop crying. Like you've been doing all year. And I had one like on it, and I had a lot of views on that. But that was funny. What I said, and it's funny what Drew said. That deserves a yeet. That deserves a yeet right there. Definitely deserves a yeet.
Yeet.
But definitely, that's what something. It was a very good segment between these guys, and we gonna see what's gonna happen next. Yeah, fight forever, pretty much. Promo was great. Interaction was great. I can't wait for that match. I cannot wait. And he said another good thing too. Drew said another good thing as well. He said you chose nostalgia over the warrior who's been there for you through the darkest days. So he said that good thing too. But let's get on to another part of the show. Now we're gonna get to the first triple threat match. And it was Jey Uso versus Kofi versus Pete Dunne. So this is the match here. I'm sorry, Karrion Kross, excuse me. Jay versus Kofi versus Karrion Kross. Excuse me on that part. So we had that. And this match was actually, it was a good match. Very good match. It showed early on that Kofi and Jay was double teaming up against Karrion. It was taking turns beating him up. Then next thing you know, it became Kofi and Jay going at it. And Karrion would get in between. Very good way of making Jay look strong. We know Jay has been doing much since he's been on Raw as far as a big accomplishment. He get close and win. We get it. But we knew that somehow this match he'd be the favorite to win because he has the most star power out of all three competitors. But when it came down to it, at the end of the day, it was Jey Uso that got over, and he defeated both Kofi and Karrion Kross. So Jay will advance in the tournament, and he will continue on. Now, the way this tournament is set up, if you guys don't know, it's a 2 triple threat matches tonight on Raw. Then it's 2 next week. Whoever wins all 4 of those triple threats, there'll be a fatal four-way match. And on the 4-way match, whoever wins that will be the undisputed number 1 contender for Braun Breaker's Intercontinental Championship. Just to lay that out. But this was a very good match, and it was Jey Uso who won. So congratulations, Jey Uso. Yeet. And I like the story too when Kofi and Jay looked at each other like, hey, we had history, New Day versus Usos. We always bowed out, but they put the difference aside to try to take out Karrion Kross. So that was dope. But let's get on to the rest. What else happened on Raw? We had Randy Orton cut a great promo. I like the promo that Randy Orton cut, by the way. He said that, I've been doing this for since he signed his first contract. He was 19 years old, won his first world heavyweight title at 24 years old, still the youngest world heavyweight champion to this day. And he said he wants to get his 15th world title at Bash in Berlin. And he said that he is the most successful yet controversial superstar of all time. He also said too that You guys, I appreciate the fans. I appreciate you singing my song. He said it took you only 15 years. Oh, Savage Orton, and he said, but thank you anyway. And he said that Gunther still doesn't know who he is. He's Randy Orton, and he said, but he is soon going to find out what Randy Orton is all about. And he is talking about the upcoming title match for the World Heavyweight Champion. And he mentioned too some good points. He also said too that he was not only the youngest world heavyweight champion. He said he was the last world heavyweight champion in the regular world title when he unified both titles in TLC 2013 against John Cena, who was the world champion. Randy was WWE champ in the latter match, and he unified both titles. And he said when the new title was introduced last year at Night of Champions, with Seth Rollins winning, defeating AJ Styles, he said I wasn't here. I was still getting well from his injury. But he said that he wished he was around because he wants to win that world title. Because he said out of all titles that's meant the most to him, he likes the World Heavyweight Championship because his first world title, and he's the youngest of winning that title ever. Very good, well cut out promo by Randy Orton. And he is coming when he comes to Bash at Berlin. Randy Orton means business. He is the Viper, and he could hit you with an RKO out of nowhere. And I will get to the Bash and Burley predictions later on, so stick around for that. Definitely stick around for that. You don't want to miss out on that. But very well cut out promo by Randy Orton, and he letting people know who he is. Don't forget he is the Viper. Don't forget he's the Apex Predator, and don't forget he's a 14th time trying to going for the 15th time world champion. And he is arguably one of the best of his generation. After John Cena, after decorated, Randy Orton's right under him. So Randy Orton had every right to say what he had to say, and he's doing his thing. So salute to Randy Orton on that segment. Now we had another segment here, big man versus big man, battle of the giants, I would call it. Man, this match was something else. Braun and Bronson brought it from the beginning of the match till they went all the way outside the match, and Bronson looking stronger and stronger. But this was a very good back and forth. I like how Braun has so much advantage. I like how Braun tried to do his best to dominate, but Braun took down Bronson the best way he could. But Bronson definitely took down Braun the best in a very, very worst way. I mean, he threw garbage cans at Braun Strowman, and then Braun Strowman was attacking Bronson backstage. Braun Strowman's taking out the officials, the security guys, everything. But the turning point was when Bronson Reed got on top of that car, and it was game over. Definitely game over for Mr. Strowman. I mean, this man if dominance is not even a word to describe this match, just plain takeover. This was a takeover match, and I ain't talking about NXT takeover either. This was definitely a takeover because Bronson Reed really took over. He really let everyone know who he is. I mean, Bronson Reed, his run right now, he's giving me vibes of Mark Henry Hall of Pain. Remember, guys, if you guys remember when Mark Henry won the World Heavyweight Championship, remember he was taking everybody out and he said he was inducting them to the Hall of Pain? Remember he took out Kane, Big Show, other people. This is kind of what Bronson Reed is on. I'm not saying Bronson Reed about to win the world title right now. I'm not saying that. That is too far-fetched. But he is on a run. And I've never seen this guy on a run. I mean, this dude here, it means real business. He really do. Real business. I mean, he cannot be stopped. He cannot be stopped. I mean, it's not what Bronson Reed can do. It's what Bronson Reed can't do. What can't he do? He's doing so much. And when he attacked Braun Strowman on top of the car, man, oh man, it's just they had to get Adam Pearce out there, officials. I've never seen Braun Strowman look so ran to the ground so much. He really got ran to the ground in this particular segment here. He got ran down in this segment here. I don't care what nobody say. Bronson Reed was tearing it up. And I like how he did it so smoothly in the ring. No botches, no hurt anybody. He did it so smooth. Just like a good big man knocks it down. It's similar to how you're supposed to how a high fly would do it, or how a other type archetype wrestler do it. But for his archetype, he shut it down like no other. I mean, what? There's just no words to describe it no more. I mean, this man, he definitely did his thing. I mean, what this man here is ridiculous. He is a monster. You said, was he ever NXT champion? No, he was NXT. He was NXT North American champion. King Rose, salute to you. But yeah, this is definitely something Bronson Reed did. I would say it was probably match of the night, one of the top matches of the night, definitely. But that's one that was a good segment. The good segment of how they had to tend to Braun Strowman. Good spot and good, of course, good match. So good one there, and definitely there's only another word to describe this kind of match. Only one way or possible. You guys already know where I'm going.
Yeet.
So good on Bronson Reed. I want to see what the next move going to be for him. Do not be surprised if he gets put into a world title picture. I'm not saying win a world title. He could get to the world title picture, or at least the Intercontinental Championship title picture. They're going to do something with this guy soon, at some given point. Let's see what else happened on Monday Night Raw. We had another triple threat match for the second triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship qualifying match. Now, this one here was Miz versus Xavier Woods versus Pete Dunne. So this match here is right here in the middle of those three guys right there. We had one. Now we had Jey Uso. He retained. I mean, he won his that part of the tournament. Now, since he won that, we needed to see who was going to win the second one. And this was another solid match. Another solid match by these competitors. I mean, you had Pete Dunne in there. You had it all. You had it. Miz, he cut a good promo. He said that if he gets to become Intercontinental Champion, he will be tied with Chris Jericho. And I know that's the second time they mentioned that. And I think since Chris Jericho, since he's not in WWE, I believe that's where they're going to go with it. They're going to eventually have Miz tie or eventually break that record. I could very well see that going on. I would not be surprised by any means if that's the case. So I just want to notate that. But other than that, this was a good scenario. I knew they wanted to make sure that Miz had to, he's in there because he is one of the best Intercontinental champions. But Pete Dunne, he did his thing in there. I like what he was doing. And another breakout was Xavier Woods. He had the all black on. If you remember, right before he went out, he had the all black, showing signs of a heel turn. Hint, hint. But other than that, these men they did their thing. I like all competitors in this match. All competitors, they deserve everything. They deserve the work they put in. But these men here, they tried their best to put it out. Pete Dunne, he did his best by being a submission specialist. But Xavier Woods was definitely keeping up in the ring. I was impressed with Xavier, and I like where they're going with him. He does not get enough credit as an in-ring singles competitor, but I think he's finally going to get some credit at least. And I ain't talking about that King of the Ring that he won. I ain't talking about that either. We talking about some real stuff here. But this match was solid. I like Miz. Like I said, Miz another one. I like where that was going. I like how they was handling him. But you know there's gonna be one winner. And it seemed like that's where you could have thought it was you would thought at one point it was Miz or Xavier. But I like one part in the match I want to say for WWE. One thing I liked one spot in the match, if you guys remember, one part they was doing that I was impressed with. If you guys remember, P Dunne, he was in the match, and when P Dunne was inside the match, it was him. He had the submission. Remember, he had the submission locked on him. No, he locked. I'm sorry, I think it was. Let me get that right. I believe. Let me think right now. Yes, P Dunne has submission locked on Miz. And when he had it locked in on him, he had the crossbar. If you remember, he had the crossbar on him. Miz seemed like he was going to tap out. Seemed like he was going. Then Miz, what he did, he put his hand on top of Xavier, and he did like he would have got the pinfall on Xavier, but he kicked out. That combination was amazing. I never seen that. You're in the crossbar, and you see the other third opponent, your second of third opponent on the ground, and you try to get a pinfall instead of tapping out. That was impressive by Miz, and definitely good. Definitely good. But other than that, though, this was good. Definitely a good one. And P Dunne has won the second Triple Threat Championship contendership match, and he will go on to advance, and it'll be a fatal four-way next 2 weeks. So Jey Uso won. We know Jey Uso advanced, and now P Dunne advanced. So very good match by both of these men to advance, and very good 2 triple threat matches. So let's get on and let's talk about the main event. Now, you already know the main event is Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable. So let's get at it right now. This is Uncle Howdy's in-ring debut as that character. We know it's Bo Dallas. We get it. But let's get into it, though. Yeah, these guys definitely did their thing. Get to it. Where's that at? All right, now these clicks are off. Like I said, this is the match of the top 2 right there. It is Chad Gable, American Made. He's going one-on-one against Uncle Howdy. And, of course, American Made is by his side. And the best they can to hold him down. But then we got, it's going to be hard to stop. And I mean hard to stop Mr. Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy is tired of Chad Gable's BS. He's tired of him. He's been running his mouth for a while. Let's be honest. He's been running his mouth for a while. And we need Chad Gable to get his mouth shut exactly by Uncle Howdy. Now, this was a very good, solid match between these two. These two put in the work. We saw Chad Gable. He put the work in. And it's Bo Dallas' last match WWE since 2019. Crazy, right? But anyway, I know one point in the match, we had some interference. And interference is going to happen. It's a given. But we did have interference. We had interference by American Made. We know Ivy Now got in there. Creed Brothers. We know they came in there later. But I like to say with Dexter Loomis, Joe Gacy, and Eric Rowan, they came in there. And it was crazy because Ivy Now was jumping on the back. She was on the back of Rowan. And Rowan was still dominating. So, like I said, very good story. And I seem like it's going to be definitely American Made versus Wyatt Sicks. And I'm calling it right now. It's going to be a Bad Blood. I don't know, maybe tag team cage match. I don't know. But let's get back to the match. I like how they went on side the announce table. I like how Chad Gable got some good offense on Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy seemed like he was going to go and get counted out, but he made it just in time. But other than that, Uncle Howdy, he hit that Sister Abigail on Chad Gable. In 1, 2, 3, Chad Gable is defeated by Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy gets the win. Salute to him. Very good win by Uncle Howdy. Glad he got a win. And it's like I said, his first ever singles match. First ever. But salute to him and salute to Chad Gable being the main event. So give these guys credit where credit is most due. But other than that, that is the end of Monday Night Raw. Let's go over the review of Monday Night Raw. Of course, talk about next week's matches, and let's go over what went wrong with Raw. Now, out of all the matches, all the segments that I mentioned, the most important stuff anyway, I give the show a 5 out of 5. Very good show, very good setup. This is the last show before Bash of Berlin. Randy Orton, great promo. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre segment, the promo Drew cut, great. Good main event, good opener match of Judgment Day versus the LWO, meaning Liv and Dom versus LWO. Very good matchups there. Good. We had 2 triple threat number 1 contendership tournament matches, very good ones, and of course the big man versus big man, Bronson versus Braun. So very good, very good. And before we get into what went wrong with Raw, let's look over next week's matches. Now we got here the tournament continues. Intercontinental Championship number 1 contendership tournament, another qualifying match. One of the 2 matches, we have Sheamus versus Bronson Reed versus Kaiser. I got my money on Bronson Reed. He is so red hot. It would be a shame for him to lose. I would like to see him win that. Then of course we have Ilya Dragunov versus Dom Mysterio versus Dragon Lee. That's another qualifying match. If I had to guess, they're gonna find a way. Either Dom gonna win or Ilya. I would say Dominic Mysterio. Maybe he gets in there. And then of course we have a one-on-one match, Zelina Vega versus Shayna Baszler. That is next week's matches. But other than that, let's get on to what went wrong with Raw. There's a few segments there. We'll get to that. Then after that, we'll go to the whole, of course, bonus round. Go over the early predictions of Bash of Berlin. That is this upcoming Saturday. All right. One thing I noticed is Dominic Mysterio going to reignite the feud with his dad, Rey Mysterio, aside from Judgment Day feud with Terror Twins, because he's feuding with Terror Twins right now. He's feuding with them. They're going to have the mixed tag match. But I don't know if he's going to. It seems like they're setting up. They're going to have a few one-on-one match again because he has defeated Rey Mysterio in tag matches twice now. It seems like they're setting up another rematch between his dad and Dom. They had a match at WrestleMania 39, which Rey did win. I hope that's where it's going because I'm thinking this mixed tag match would be a one-off match, and then he continue on a feud with Rey. If they're not doing that, then I don't understand the storyline. It seems like it's going well, but it's kind of confusing. You got one side of the Judgment Day, the beef with Rhea and Damian, and you got a little beef with Damian, but now it's like you're shifting to your dad. So the question I have, what's wrong with this? Where is this going? Is he staying beef with Judgment Day, or is he going to his dad? So it seems like it's a little all over the place. Hopefully it's going where I think it's going. It's just going kind of fast track with the storyline. But other than that, that's one thing I see was that it seemed like it's kind of misplaced out of pocket. Another part, Pete Dunne, remember, he won tonight. Congratulations to Pete Dunne. He has won the number 1 contenders, one of the triple threat matches. He's going to qualify, and he's going to go on. And he's going to go on and face, it's going to be a 4-way match the following, next 2 weeks? Anyway, he won the match. Like I said, good for him. He won. I'm glad he won. He's been taking L's like crazy. Nothing's been done with him properly. But I see like that's what they're doing with him. That's trying to do right by Pete Dunne. But the reason I say what's wrong with this, he won this match tonight. He won one of the triple threat matches. He's going advanced on the tournament. but he still got unsettled business with Trick Williams on NXT. Remember, P. Dunne, he did not win the number one contender for NXT Championship due to being attacked by Trick Williams with the trick shot last week on NXT. My question is, does he continue that? He could say, "Hey, Trick, I got beat you already. I beat you already, and but you cost me no more contention for NXT title, even though he won the Intercontinental Championship. What if Trick Williams? I don't know if Trick Williams going to come to Raw and screw P Dunne next, in a four-way match, or he go back to NXT. So I appreciate what you did. I know he beat Trick already, but I don't know what's going on. He's still doing this double show thing, so that's kind of off, and that goes on the list.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So I don't like it's like I said, a little too much going on at once. They need to focus on one thing at a time. And I see that's what WWE is doing. And I see the same thing going on with Pete Dunne. So that's another thing I saw wrong with Raw. Let's go over to the next part. Damage Control is another one. Damage Control here. Now we saw this earlier. Yes, they did win tonight. They defeated Pure Future Collective. But are they the baby face now? Now that there's no more Bailey, there is no, and Asuka and Dakota Kai's hurt. It's pretty much just two of them. Are they a baby face, pure baby face, or are they a tweener? They still have I feel like they run as a baby face in my opinion. So I'm trying to figure out what they're doing with that. If I had to guess, they're a baby face because Pure Future Collective is the heel stable or tag team, whatever you want to call it. But it seems like that's where they're going. If they're gonna make a decision, it's probably about making a babyface. If they do this 20th thing with Damage Control, this would be an L. So I hope they don't do that because this would definitely put them on the list.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So I'm trying to see what's going on with Damage Control. So with that being said, guys, that is the end of WWE Raw results. Uncle Howdy made a successful in-ring debut. We go over the Raw rating and also what went wrong with Raw. So let's go over. We're gonna move over to the bonus round here. And if you know the bonus round, we're gonna discuss Bash and Berlin early predictions because we do have the PLE coming this Saturday. So let's tune into that. All right, let's get into that, guys. We're going to be only on YouTube and X. People from Facebook, goodbye. You got to come over to YouTube. So let's get to that. Let's get to that in a second. Let's see what's going on. So let me get to that in a second, guys. Give me a few minutes here. All right. We are here talking about the bonus round of Bash and Berlin. We got Bash and Berlin coming up. So we got plenty of matches to talk about here. And we know that there's 5 matches on the card currently. And we are setting up for this PLE. We know this PLE is going to come up. It will be a first ever Bash and Berlin, the debut. Well, inaugural, I should say. And we got 5 matches on the card. So we got 5 matches on the card, guys. We're going to see my predictions of who's going to win what match to what capacity. So let's keep that in mind. And if you guys want to look over a few moments, this is the match card here. These are all the matches that's advertised on here right now. So let's look over that real quick. Now, I will go over each match on the card. We're going to see who's going to win what, who will be the winner of each particular match. Because this is going to be in Germany, and this is a week, this Saturday coming up, actually. We're gonna see who's gonna win what and who will be the winners and who's gonna be the losers. Let's go over that, shall we? Let's see who's gonna go which one. Now, Bash and Berlin. I think the time will be. I think Germany. Since in Germany, I believe it's going to be for America. It might be depending on your time zone. It's probably going to be 11, 12 o'clock ish. It's going to be at Uber Arena, Berlin, Germany. I'm trying to see how they're going to do the time. More likely, it's going to be 11 a.m. or 12 or one the other. But we're going to get into that and let's see who's going to win exactly what match. Let's start off. Nope. Let's start off here. We'll get into each one. Now, let's start off the tag team match. We are talking about Unholy Union, the team of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, defending the women's tag team championships against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I'm surprised they don't have a name. They've been tag team for months now. But anyway, we know that Jade and Bianca lost the tag team belts to them back at Clash of Castle, but they were not pinned. It was a triple threat. And it was Shayna that was actually pinned, not neither Jade or Bianca. And they had multiple attempts to regain them on SmackDown, and it has not worked out for them due to interference, etc., etc. But now they get the chance. They one-on-one, well, team versus team, not one-on-one, but team versus team for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Who is going to win this particular match? What's my prediction on this whole thing? I would say, if I had to pick, I would say Jade and Bianca will regain the Women's Tag Team Championships. They will get one final run in winning these tag team belts. And I believe they'll have it hopefully they have it a little bit longer this time. And I think they'll have one more run before these two officially break up. They'll have a feud against one another. Will it be for WrestleMania? That remains to be seen. But we'll see what happens next between this tag team match, but and more likely it could be an opener for all we know. It's either this match gonna be opener or the Terror Twins, the mixed tag team match. But this is what I have right now, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. We're gonna see what the next thing is gonna happen next on there. But this is what I have. Let's see. But that's what I have for the first match on the card. So let's get to the next match on the card. Now, the next match on prediction is another tag team match, and it's a mixed tag. Now, this is Liv and Dominic Mysterio versus Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, the Terror Twins. Now, we know that Liv and Dom, they pretty much flipped the script on Rhea. We know that happened at SummerSlam. Rhea thought that Dom was in her corner. He had her back. Turned out he actually helped Liv retain the Women's World Championship and kissed her afterwards, leaving Rhea Ripley very devastated and sad in the middle of the ring. Now, it seemed like she is officially out of Judgment Day as well as Damian. They both get beat up by Liv, Dom, and the rest of people from Judgment Day, like Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Carlito. But they did get the upper hand this week, which is Rhea and Damian. But Rhea, even though they're the Terror Twins, even though they both dominated, they're both united, always stood by each other's side, showing a real life history, friendship between Rhea and Damian. It's just they're going to be outnumbered by Judgment Day, no matter how you slice it. So with my prediction on this particular match, I got Liv and Dom winning. And yes, it will be due to interference from Judgment Day. Remember, Finn Balor still got beef with Damian. Damian got to settle that score with Finn. So Finn going to make sure he continue to screw Damian any way possible. And, JD and Carlito will get into the mix as well. They'll find a way to get in there. And I don't see nobody that's going to be on Damian and Rhea's side. Who's in that corner? It's just two of them against five of them. You got Liv and Dom, Finn, JD, and Carlito. That's 5 against 2. There's no way they could outnumber them. So I got Liv and Dom winning the mixed tag team match. Will it be a clean win? I highly doubt it. If they do, I'll be very surprised. They are the heels in the situation. Let's be honest here. But let's go over the next match on the card. And the next match on the card, we will go over. Let's see. We got what? We got two down. We don't get to two more. Two more. We got three more matches actually, and we got a couple world title matches. But let's go over the next one on the card. We got CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, another highly anticipated matchup. This is for the strap match. Now they had their first encounter at SummerSlam with special guest referee Seth Rollins. This was all about the bracelet, like Drew McIntyre said, as he stayed a 50-cent junk bracelet. Despite all of that, Punk let mostly get the best of him. He let McIntyre get to him, and even Seth Rollins wearing a bracelet. He GTS Seth Rollins, the special guest referee, and it allowed Drew McIntyre to focus more on seeing Punk zoom in, hit the Claymore, and get the win. But now it's going to be a different type of match. This is not a regular one-on-one, no special guest referee. Strap match. They're going to be having strapped to one strap on the other end will be from Drew. The other side will be attached to Punk. And you have to win by hitting all four corners of a strap match. That's how the strap match works. I know that we don't get strap matches that much, but in strap match, that's how it's going to go down. So it'll be very, very, very unique of how that's going to go down. And, they be using strap throughout weeks on Raw, seeing Punk attacking Drew with the strap, etc., etc., etc. But we will see how this is going to go. Now, since, CM Punk brought this into the mix, since he still does not have that bracelet back, my prediction for this match, and it's going to be a very good one too. It's going to be back and forth. I see CM Punk winning this match since Drew won at SummerSlam, but do not be surprised if Drew doesn't find a way to still keep his hands on CM Punk's special bracelet of Larry and AJ, or it could be an imposter fake bracelet, or maybe Drew destroys it. Who knows? He may destroy it. He may rip it up or so, stomp on it, or rip it to pieces, shreds. Who knows? But in this particular matchup, I have CM Punk defeating Drew McIntyre in a strap match, but they will still continue on their bad blood because I think it's still far from over. But it will be a one-on-one, meaning Drew gets a win on Punk, and now Punk will have a win on Drew, and it'll be a best of three. We'll see how that goes. My prediction is Drew will lose to Punk. Now let's get to the World Championship matches. World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship match. Now the first one we'll go over. Yes. We'll go over one. And one I'm going to talk about right now in particular. We will go over Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, one-on-one versus Randy Orton Viper. Man. Big man versus big man. Gunther won the title at SummerSlam due to interference with Finn Balor. He tapped out Damian Priest. Now, this match here, Randy Orton had to come back to Gunther during the King of the Ring final. His shoulder was up, wasn't all the way down. And Randy Orton never got the rematch for King of the Ring, meaning the winner gets a championship opportunity at SummerSlam. And Randy Orton made some good points the past few weeks on Raw, saying, Gunther, you only get that title because if you had not really beaten me, I would be World Heavyweight Champion right now. So Gunther, in his first world title defense, will be against Randy Orton in a standard one-on-one match. And Randy Orton been putting up some good arguments. He's been putting up some good reason why he is chasing his 15th world title as he's getting later in his career, because he has more days behind him than in front of him. So he don't have that much time left. But Gunther's the in-ring general. He has something to prove, and he is not going to lay down easy for Randy Orton or anybody. My prediction for this match, despite Randy Orton, his legendary status, despite his history, all of that, I got Gunther retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. I do not see Gunther losing his world title to Randy. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Randy Orton will, because he's not even a Raw superstar. Randy Orton is SmackDown, and Randy, when he loses, he go back to SmackDown and finish his whole thing with blood. Let's be honest here. He's only here to make Gunther look good. to give Gunther that first world title defense and make Gunther look like a real champion. So let's give that. But I got my money on Gunther. Last but not least, we got the WWE Championship match. The undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus the prize fighter KO Kevin Owens. Now, Cody Rhodes, he actually wanted to defend his title against Kevin. Kevin didn't think he deserved it. He said, I don't think I'm worthy of it. Kevin Owens did not want to take this offer from Cody Rhodes. But since it's on the table now, we've seen little signs of maybe Kevin Owens turning heel against Cody. We saw that on a recent episode of SmackDown. It showed like he was going to turn, but he didn't. And this is a tag team match in the main event versus A-Town Down Under of the team of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. But Cody Rhodes, he is keeping his eye on Kevin Owens. He knows these guys are good friends. They have a good history together. Never been any true animosity between Cody and Kevin, but maybe it will be now since they are fighting for the WWE Championship. Will Kevin become a WWE champion? He hasn't held a title since 2017 when he lost to Goldberg at Fastlane. Cody is still on his run, the American Nightmare. Remember, he is still the only champion that won at WrestleMania 40 that's still currently holding his championship, as everybody else have lost their championship. So Cody, he's on a run. And I heard he's slated to keep the title until next year's WrestleMania. So with that being said, my prediction for the main event, well, I think it's going to be the main event, if not the world title match. I got Cody Rhodes retaining. Cody will retain the WWE Championship. And I don't think Kevin's going to turn heel. I think that spot is saved for Mr. Randy Orton. After he loses to Gunther, he will be frustrated. And then he will take his frustrations out on Cody, because it will be some type of Randy Orton being the piper that he is. But that's what I have for that situation. Other than that, though, guys, I don't have nothing else, anything further. This is all I have regarding. We are talking about the Bash in Berlin. We're talking about that, and we got the early predictions. I don't think any more matches going to be added. I'll be very surprised to do that on SmackDown, but that's all I have. Honestly, this is going to be about the whole Bash in Berlin early predictions. This will be in Berlin, Germany. This will be this upcoming Saturday at the Uber Arena. When we don't see how it's going to turn out, King Rule said Cody Rhodes is turned to new Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Maybe more like John Cena. But other than that, though, you guys let me know who do you got for each match for Bash in Berlin. You guys let me know who's going to win and who's going to lose. Are there going to be any unexpected appearances or any turn of events that we were not slated to see? I greatly appreciate that. Now, you guys go ahead, click the 2 videos below of content. I appreciate you guys coming out to the ring. And of course, guys, you guys already know what it is at this point. It is O-U-N-T.
Something happened this weekend, and I have been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and being involved.